if I told you there was a way to make the
She knows.
impossible possible?
What? How?
If the dead body were to move itself.
Yes, sir. Why am I saying huh? I knew that shit.
The dead body moved on its own?
No! Not another ghost!
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
He was alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office,
sir.
but simply
Yes,
walked
ma'am.
out on his own?
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
That it isn't possible.
It is. Should have tons of truth bullets for this. Bloodstained, so is Celeste account?
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse... There's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement, along with the Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Fuck. I'm stupid.
Shoot! Surely you heard the body discovery announcement. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement...
Are we really so... Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Shoot! Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead. And you know that... Surely you heard the body discovery and Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really... Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
If Hifumi's dead body... And that is...
Are we really... Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
What do I do?
Shoot!
Been found.
Shoot!
So confused.
Are you saying that when we first found
as hell.
Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive? Shoot!
I don't understand. What do I do? I'm so like I know. Like how is it that I feel like I know exactly what happened except I can't do any of this shit?
An eternity later.
Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead.
And you know that...
Surely you heard the body discovered. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Like, are you fucking kidding me?
that's wrong.
That's what I have to do? I had to listen to all of it, steal hers, and then refute hers with it?
Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Of course it was. The announcement played.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we...
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if two bodies had been found, there really should have been two announcements.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any...
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, but what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty.
Huh?
He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time. which
We
means
hear it again, and we did later.
even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the... If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Huh? Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice. I got it! We heard it a second time in the repository, when we rediscovered the two bodies. It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us.
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
Then in reality, when the two dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet. Meaning, he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
Oh, I know! Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom! That is the worst logic I have ever heard. But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was...
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surround. Then it should become clear.
This whole thing is pointless.
Look at her. Fuck that bitch. Why didn't raise you up first? I was so cheap. Yep, his glasses.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office. And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
Yeah.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved,
here it is.
other than the change in how it was positioned...
Shoot!
Well, here's one. The first time we found Hifumi, and then his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw
It was in. But when you compare his body before, other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
No, that's wrong! In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When
I
we
will
found
do that.
Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses
wipe
were
them
covered
off.
with blood. But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can. I got it! It was a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean. And the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right? And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was Princess Piggles from Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is... What exactly?
What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Obviously, hero, come on.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
Right?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
And it must have been him, right?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all that blood?
What is
Was it
Celeste's
paint or
real
something?
name? Because her real name isn't Celeste, right?
The fridge in the nurse's office
they said it
contains
was
packs of blood for emergencies.
The
He
only
probably
thing
used one of those.
that confuses me is Hifumi saying hero, but what if it's not Yasuhiro and it's her name? So
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out. So he just dumped it ever. But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done. God, what an idiot!
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
I got it! It could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked?
Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, so me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the in, which means when Hina and
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
But that means he took part in the murders.
Yeah, I think he killed Taka.
I just can't believe it.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
There's more?
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took.
Yeah, oh, that's the paper. It's gotta be a rip phone, right? Oh, no, it's not this one. Fuck.
Shoot!
Oh my god, no, I'm almost dead again. It's two exactly the fucking same. And I grabbed the wrong one. So it's this one. So
I got it! You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
What? In his pants?
Yes, his pants.
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note said.
Ah! That's the note I was telling you about! Huh?
Yeah, so
Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
I see. Then this note isn't the same.
It's not the same?
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides, and that person could only have been... I got it!
Luffy's pants.
That's right! Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection! I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Happy!
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi.
Ugh! Yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
So what? I just need the torn paper now? Is that... Oh. Yeah, the broken wristwatch.
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Happy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter!
Does matter.
The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
Fuck! Are you kidding me? That swirly fuck?
Happy had the note, then the person it was must have been Happy!
But But remember what the note...
What time did it say to me?
6 a.m.
The time doesn't matter. The note has nothing to do with TikTok.
No, that's wrong.
Finally making some progress. That was fun.
No, there absolutely is a connection.
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. We've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
It's also the same exact handwriting as the blueprints.
Which is where Taka was killed.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that... No further objections!
Then someone used that note to trick Taka. The culprit really is a cold-blooded...
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi?
Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Most likely. Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Huh? He stole it?
Les is gonna try to object to this.
Where's your proof? Go ahead.
Oh, no. Yeah, the ripped paper's right here. Her objecting to that.
I got it!
Confirmed it for me.
When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small
She
scrap
seems
of
like she's
paper.
trying to object to everything.
If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
So are we taking pictures and picking the
Then
physical evidence
Taka's
of this?
scrap.
Because-
And Hifumi's note.
Yup, they're from the same piece of paper.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece. There's only one way to...
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa. Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in fact, he was behind the whole thing! In fact,
Okay.
he's still alive!
Sorry, no. When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly the second body discovery in...
Yeah, I actually like woke up for a second.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
He was killed in the repository. So he must have been killed not long after...
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up, and in other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together.
We're always together.
Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus!
Damn.
Who are you calling a walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around, so if Hifumi was killed the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, then put the hammer back where they found it. But wouldn't that be seriously...
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
Straight.
He's right, though. I don't understand it. The Monokuma file makes it clear, but if the hammers were already laying around...
So the question is, how could the culprit have got... Personally, I haven't a clue. So which hammer was used to attack...
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one...
Is it not possible they used a different...
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
So then,
room
what was
had
used
malice
to
in
kill...
Give me my truth bullet. And the cleaned hammer. Yeah. See, it's so easy when I understand what they're trying to do.
What was used to kill Hifumi? Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it is, there's one thing we have to figure. How is the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? how did nobody witness them carrying it?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance! Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info!
Well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers.
No, that's wrong. The murder weapon wasn't a Justice Hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
Not completely, but kinda.
Seriously? A different weapon?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris, but for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Huh?
Blood was all over it.
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers.
Yeah,
Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
If that's true, that would explain them.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository where...
And whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him. Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him. The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work together...
See, I'm not sure where this one wants me to go. I don't think any of these are helpful. So I'm gonna have to refute a sentence of the fucking thing again.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complete, only the one who actually carried out, assuming the rule holds true, it is simply
That is how...
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
based on the rules that even if more than one, only the one who actually carried out the, assuming the rule holds true, it is simply...
No, that's wrong.
There you go. So agreeing. You have to listen. If you agree with a statement, you have to listen.
Since
to it
there
all the
were
way
two
through.
murders,
Grab the
it's at
last
least
one and
plausible
circle back
that
around
more
to
than
this.
one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
They're both planning on being blackened.
Risk versus reward.
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in a scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk,
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime, and based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple
Look at me,
murders.
my big brain.
Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents. And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look.
Trial.
A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their... And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply
So
killed
they
their
were
accomplice.
Planning on killing Hiro, but then killed Hifumi and then made Hiro.
Which,
like,
if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful. How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
Damn. Right.
I understand how an accomplice could be involved. But
Has to
then,
be
who
something
was
to
the
do
one pulling Hifumi's strings?
We don't know what her ultimate
That's
is.
problem numero uno right
Has to be
now.
something there. There's only one person that seems to fit. There's only fucking... Fuck this bitch.
Here's my answer.
It's gotta be
It was
her.
Celeste.
Yeah.
So I'm the suspicious individual now, am I? I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke? I wonder.
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi.
You have a picture of him with Hiro, and I think she was planning on making Hiro the culprit. So maybe Hifumi thought Hiro was the one that killed him? Maybe she like hit him in the back of the head and just assumed it was Hiro? Or saw the like a costume or something? Or like I said before, her first name's not Celeste.
The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit for brains, that lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot!
Damn.
Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Pardon-moi.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two...
Yes.
I got it!
None of us saw it.
The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo-Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush. The adults are talking
Damn.
now.
Sorry.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste...
Ow. Fuck you.
We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed next to draw us all to the physics lab up.
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
And when we'd all come to see...
Yeah, he went up to the third floor. Oh, yeah! She specifically said he went further down the hallway.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
It was to get us to divide into...
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
Also true. I'm trying to get rid of alibis. Just in case, probably. Oh, right. Never mind.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected. And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on. That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we're on the third floor. Everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead, Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any...
I don't believe it.
Whatever.
Everything. The whole
I don't
thing was
think
one
that
big
matters, so
act.
whatever.
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body...
Yeah? Wait. Then that was...
She was using you as an alibi.
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of...
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it. Looking back, I can say that one little...
What are you...
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
Those guys? Fuck. Man, I didn't pick up on that. Those guys means she knew there was more than one.
I remember her saying that too, but...
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment
Celeste
room.
never would have known there's more than one.
Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. Once we were in the hall, we ran into... Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have...
You gonna change the wording here? I have to
All
steal.
I said was,
Seems like every truthful lit.
they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish. What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
All I said was, they must really be enjoying the sight of us standing around. They must be positive. We are all going to die here. We are going to die.
Just like those guys died.
Fuck.
It's all it takes to think. What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
What? Oh, I have
Shoot.
to. Fuck, I literally said I know how I have
All
to.
I said, they must really enjoying the sight of us.
I
They
have
must
to
be.
take the
We are
Aqueous
all
first.
we are going to die. And that is.
And that's all it takes. What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
All I said, they must really enjoying the sight of us. They must be positive. We are all going to die. We are going to die, just like those guys.
No, that's wrong. That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died. When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the... So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that
Imaginations.
you claim that I was lying when I told you about this. Then what about the picture I took? How do you explain this picture of the costume?
Hifumi was a main drag.
it has to be some kind of setup, right?
Yes.
So let's put the suit on. And
No, you
then
were right there.
Have you so quickly forgotten? You, plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that if everything I told you...
Simple. Are we sure that's really
Exactly.
a picture of...
What could you possibly...
Surely there are other
No, there is no other explanation.
So,
I
got it!
Yeah, I guess.
It's not a picture
I
of the
didn't know he was
suspect
dragging
dragging
him. I just thought he was
Hifumi away.
pretending, but either way.
I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility.
Isn't
The
there a
one
ton of
being
drugs
dragged
the
off in that
nurse's
picture
office
isn't
when they're
Hifumi,
asleep?
but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the... And the strange costume might only exist to lead us... If you saw someone wearing something like that...
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Yes.
Such a thing is utterly impossible. Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Damn. Damn, damn. Fuck, there's a lot of shit here. It's gonna be one of these.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out! Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight! You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Yeah, there is.
Then the fortune-telling idiot is the culprit actor!
No way!
I have this one. This one's
You dressed me up in that suit, then you just draped me across it. You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Like I said, as you can see in the picture, if the person inside there's no way they could stand up.
There you go.
No, that's wrong.
Go to bed, bitch. Go to bed. Night, night. Punishment time.
No. Even
Ding,
if the
ding,
person inside
ding,
the
ding,
suit were
ding.
unconscious, they could still stand up like that. Because that Robo Justice suit had a...
Can't bend.
That's right!
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
There you go. She's tilted. She's scared now.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever...
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
I wouldn't want to stand next to her. Or she's gonna... Her other side's about to come out. She's gonna start tweaking.
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
Celeste?
Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem.
Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
Last one.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not? He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro.
In other words, Yasuhiro Hakakure!
Wait! But my name isn't really Yasuhiro! It's actually... Taro!
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things.
He did say Yasuhiro. But are we sure?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Kyoko, what do you mean by...
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk. How did he refer to each of us?
Fuck. Like, I don't think you called her Kirigiri. Damn, I only got 35 seconds.
I got it!
I'm gonna assume
That's right! Our last names! He called us all by our last names!
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr.
Yeah.
Naegi more than once, for
Maybe
example.
I've never said Kyoko's name.
So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental, by chance.
Indecent?
Don't talk.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation?
Is her last name.
No. There's no reason to think he would have, but he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. And that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
I do remember her saying you can call me Celestial.
What did you just say? To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit! Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser to you? Well, do I?
Damn.
What? I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Fine! Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up! My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
He's going fucking cuckoo. I don't know what I have to do here. I don't feel like I got a key bullet for this. Okay, I have to refute something again.
Hifumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name. Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last...
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
How many times do I have to try? Name... Celestia Ludenberg, god damn it!
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me, that's the only truth there is! Moron!
Hifumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last
Oh,
name.
e-handbook.
Yasuhiro.
If there's one person...
It would have to be you, Celeste.
How many times Celestia Ludenberg!
How long do you plan to go?
No
I'm
way to
not
refute it.
pretending. And since you have no way to contradict me, that's the only truth there is! Hifumi pretending. And since you have no way
To contradict me.
No, that's wrong. That's it. The handbook.
There we go.
What?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name. Monokuma told us all of... So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really... Please, just tell us.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Fine then. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and that'll bring everything to an end.
Climax.
The killer
Give it a
is
try.
you!
The killer is you!
Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was...
Fuck. Oh, and that was my last life? Fuck. Which means I'm gonna have to fucking restart this fucking...
I refuse to give up yet!
whole fucking process, dude. So I'm gonna save my shit. Yeah, it's not.
An eternity later.
Here's exactly what happened! Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out...
Yeah, that's what it is.
Hifumi, with an accomplice. the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise...
Yeah, because that was at 1 o'clock when you were
First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning.
That one isn't right. I thought that would be him dragging over the, so this is probably this.
The killer is
That was my
you!
like,
First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning. That someone they met with was Hiro.
yes, sir.
The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit.
I wonder who it was that Hifumi thought Celeste was planning on killing, because they said he was going to be, like, the accomplice with it. But if they're making Hiro be the culprit, then who the fuck was she just going to kill? Just some random person. He thought it was random, and then she killed him.
Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo-Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker.
Yes.
And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room. And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder. The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room.
He must have wanted to kill him because the fucking, he thought he took, alter ego.
The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims to solidify Robo-Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1 and the Robo-Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack
one was
story.
apparently used on Celeste.
The second fake incident was the attack in the library.
Yes.
This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2 and an injured Hifumi. With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that. But while we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office.
So this is the first murder we've had where it was happening like at the same time that we were like looking around. The other ones were like overnight and we were all asleep, didn't find him until the next day.
This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for. He took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3 and turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered. He let out a scream to draw us back, and when... Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi.
Led the Aki's group to Taka, and then he knew it should be like within a very short amount of time. So that's when
We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office. And once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room.
I thought everything was going pretty swell. Oh, it's just this one. So I thought this was the Robo Justice part. That's him wheeling this.
The killer is you! We left the nurse's office, and he simply got up. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back, and once again, Hifumi had the He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared. But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act. Their plan all along, and they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it all is...
Celestia Lutenberg. We can get a cute little flower pattern.
Celeste! Sorry, you lose.